So for a lot of new players, picking the right class for you can be daunting, but don't worry, I'm here to help you find the class for you. So my name is Reaygun and I am a Guild Wars 2 partner currently covering Guild Wars 2 on this channel. And in this video, I'll be talking about which class you should pick in Guild Wars 2. So there are 9 classes, also known as professions, in Guild Wars 2. This is the Warrior, Guardian, Revenant, Ranger, Thief, Engineer, Necromancer, Elementalist, and Mesmer. Now starting with the Warriors are easy to play and rely on melee combat. They deal a good amount of damage and have good crowd control skills, which makes them viable anywhere in the game. Now when it comes to the elite specs, the Berserker elite spec uses defense to deal high amounts of damage. As for the Spellbreaker elite spec, it is more reliable on timing counterattacks and interrupts to prevent damage and reflect it to enemies. Overall, a warrior is fun and mainly in the front line of fights. Simple to play, but still feels fun. You literally are expected to run up and punch something in the face, and is great at countering and interrupting enemies. Okay, moving on to the Guardian, they are a defensive option that has a great healing and number of skills that favour protecting your allies. They're also easy to play and are a great pick for any piece of content. For elite specs, the Dragon Hunter elite spec turns Guardians into a veteran fighter with high burst damage and mobility. Firebrand, however, gives a number of support skills that allow it to build for damage or healing. Overall though, you want to pick this class if you like playing the healer role, if you want more defensive skills and enjoy jumping into battle and bursting enemies down. Alright, next we have the Revenant. This was added with the Heart of Thorns expansion and has a number of AoE skills while making the most of buffs for themselves and allies. They are more difficult to play than the last 2 classes due to having an energy system, but once players get a grip of this, they'll find that the class is a lot of fun. The Herald elite spec gives defensive buffs for yourself and groups, while the Renegade elite spec has a mix of defensive and offensive skills. Overall, you want to play this class if you like having cool spirits talking to you while you play, see flashy glowy effects, and summon weapons out of thin air. And moving on, we have the Rangers. Rangers, on the other hand, are never alone. This is the only class that has pets join you on your adventures while allowing you to find more throughout the world. They are simple to play and can use the pet in a number of ways during certain situations. The Druid elite spec focuses on buffing and healing in groups, while the Soul Beast elite spec allows rangers to merge with the pets and become higher damage dealers. Overall, you want this class if you like playing with pets, summoning spirits or supporting allies, and also using a number of traps to debuff enemies. Next we have Thieves. They are easy to play but hard to master, as they have great mobility and evasiveness on the battlefield. They have access to stealth and deal high amounts of damage, while the Daredevil elite spec focuses more on mobility and evasiveness, and the Deadeye elite spec reduces mobility to focus on stealth and burst damage. Overall, you should pick the Thief if you like stealthy characters, outplaying others, avoiding damage with evasive skills, and dealing high amounts of damage. Alright, next we have the Engineers. They are an all-round class with a lot of utility on offer. Due to this, anyone can pick up the class and find it rewarding to play. The Scrapper elite spec turns the Engineer into tank support with strong damage mitigation, while the Hollowsmith deals high damage to enemies. Overall, play this class if you like playing a smart character, using tools and equipment to blow enemies up, if you like to use a lot of utility skills to help in any situation, and also shoot things with turrets. Then we have the Necromancer. They weaken their enemies and are a lot of fun to play as they continue to put damage out on enemies. They also summon companions that will help during any battle. The Reaper elite spec turns any Necromancer into a tank with survivability and high melee damage, while the Scourge elite spec reduces survivability to buff range damage, debuffs, and supportive skills. Overall, you should play this class if you like to pretend to be the Grim Reaper, fear enemies into running away, dealing high damage and supporting your team, or weakening enemies before you take their souls. Then we have the Elementalist. They can pick different elements and deal strong damage, while having access to more weapon skills than the other classes, which makes them harder to play than most. The Tempest elite spec turns the class into a group support, while the Weaver elite spec focuses on dealing damage and chaining different elements together in fights. Overall, you should play this class if you like AoE abilities, enjoy playing a more complex class, and healing yourself and allies. Then we have the Mesmer, where rules don't apply to you. You can teleport, use stealth and reduce cooldowns quickly. Mesmers are always wanted in any game mode due to their mechanics. The Chronomancer elite spec enhances support abilities, allowing them to buff themselves and allies, while the Mirage elite spec focuses on cloning and damage. Overall, play this class if you like clones, teleporting during jumping puzzles and helping others, and overall breaking the game while ambushing enemies and overall being a meme. Well, that is all I have for you today, guys. I hope that these descriptions have helped you find a class you want to pick and try out. And if so, then let me know in the comments which class you've picked. Plus, if you found this video useful and you want to support the channel, then make sure you check out the Guild Wars 2 playlist in the description below. Also, just a quick note for you, I also stream Guild Wars 2 and other games on Twitch, so make sure you drop a follow there, and come and tell me your favourite thing about Guild Wars 2. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.